and let us all do we can to build a better future.
Would it surprise everyone to know that Biden and Trump are the most hated modern presidents? In fact, they're just first and second at any given point in time. So, in the latest Gallup poll, shows that Biden's approval rating is 42%, the lowest of his term to date, and the second lowest of any president. So right now he's lowest, and there's like one other time where Trump got measured where he was slightly lower, but they're close as can be. I'll go over the numbers in a second. At this moment in their presidency over the last 5 decades, so they go in order. Biden is 42% supported at this time. Donald Trump was, or technically 11 days later, Trump was 37% supported. Obama was 52%. George Bush was 88%. Bill Clinton was 47%. H.W. was 70. Ronald Reagan 53. Jimmy Carter 54. And Biden's numbers have just been falling and falling and falling and falling. Very much like we said early on, that the only thing Biden really has going for him was, look, we have a vaccine coming out, and that's worked out really well for him, obviously. Biden's numbers have fallen precipitously in Gallup polling over the last several months. As recently as June, a solid majority, 56% of the country approved the job he was doing. That number began to collapse at the end of the summer. Oh, what was happening at the end of the summer? Oh, right, he stopped giving people unemployment.
Oh, yeah.
That would be, what else happened around that time?
Well, Dan,
that was big. What do you think?
There was also, again, the failure of the stimulus check.
That's right.
There was supposedly, in theory, and we did talk about this, a forced stimulus check in the works that is still now, I guess, no longer on the back burner, but in the freezer now.
And the way he was dealing with vaccine was coming out as failing, and he was not getting. So again, those seem like, I don't know. They told me those are the things that I would most think of. But keep that in mind in a second. Dropping from 49% in August to 43% in September, and have stayed at that low number for the bulk of the fall. Now, love the reason that CNN gives us for why he's not doing too well in the popularity contest. It's because of his disastrous pullout of Afghanistan.
Oh, Afghanistan.
That's why everyone hates him.
Okay. Oh,
it's because
wow.
he didn't pull out of Afghanistan properly, as if it's a woman. The surge in COVID-19 cases due to Delta, one thing we brought up. Supply chain issues. That would probably be more in the business community, but for sure, definitely, like, the regular people haven't truly felt that yet, so I'm going to say that's right, but they're not the right time period. I love how they don't mention anywhere unemployment. It's just like, oh, you know, the thing that most Americans were directly feeling positively from Biden, the thing that he ended? Oh, yeah, don't worry. It's not relevant. Don't worry about it. Doesn't make any relevance. And the struggles of the president and the Democrats in Congress to pass the bulk of his domestic agenda that he's just throwing away willy-nilly and not showing anything for, not fighting for, not knowing what to do. It's not those things. It's definitely what CNN said. CNN always gets it right, especially when they think black holes take down airplanes. But let's keep going. Some of the developments, most notably an emergence of the Delta variant, you mean the thing that CNN's ratings are based off of right now, and its ravaging of the unvaccinated in the country, aren't Biden's fault. I love how they're like, hey, this thing that everyone's blaming him for, it's not his fault. I mean, okay, whatever, if you say so. But when you are president, you have to take the blame. Okay, so wait, now they're jumping back and forth. So originally this is a thing that people are blaming Biden for. Then it's not Biden's fault, actually. But if you're president, it is your fault. CNN, in 3 sentences, you've made 3 different declarations. Pick one. Okay, thank you. When you are, and when it's your fault, that's where Biden finds himself. The real danger in Biden's current approval ratings, doldrums, is for his party's candidates in the upcoming midterms. If a president's approval rating is under 50%, his party loses an average of 37 seats. Now let's watch when this happens for them to blame progressives and not literally the thing they said here. And then they write average with exclamation point as if that's a full sentence. So, and the last 2 presidents, really terrible. They're also the most corrupt time, the falling time in America's history. What do you think?
This is a recipe for the Democrats to walk into a slaughter for 2022. Now, look, I want to be very clear here. The GOP will probably have a lot of political ammunition to use against the Democrats and the Biden-Harris administration because, again, of lackluster action on their part. And also, again, too, a lot of people were browbeaten and yelled at to basically support Biden during the 2020 presidential election cycle. Now, look, I want to make it very clear. I didn't want to see Trump get reelected. But the thing is, if you're running on a campaign saying that you're going to be better than Trump, that you're going to implement policies that are more humane, and then you continue on with his border policies as well as numerous other policies that his administration implemented, you're telling everyone, you're signaling everyone that you just used fear tactics, you lied to people, you lied to them, and you didn't follow through. So why should anyone in their right mind consider coming out to vote in the 2022 midterm election cycle? Why should anyone consider supporting any Democratic candidate? And the thing is, what can the Democrats show on their hand? They could say, okay, we beat the orange man, but Trump's going to run again in 2024. Yeah. He's going to do it. He's going to do it. We're going to see him again in 2024. And if he doesn't run, I'm going to be surprised. Daniel's going to be surprised. Like how we do pizza bets? We will both be legitimately surprised if Donald Trump does not run again in 2024. And this is not an endorsement of Trump. This is not saying, oh, we want to see Trump run again or anything else.
We have one bet on Trump, though, running.
Yeah, we do.
I'm going to win.
I'm going to hold out for
You want to remind people that bet?
It was when okay, so a little bit
Trump's
segue.
First press conference.
In Trump's first press conference, when he's going to make the announcement that he's running.
His launch conference.
Yeah, his launch conference. He's going to say either, did you miss me? Or I'm back. And there was a third one.
I think that was it.
That was it? I think he's going to say, did you miss me? Because I know he did an online press event where he said, he sent out a letter saying, hey, did you miss me?
I remember that.
Yeah, that one.
But Kit has specifically made it that at the launch press conference, he has to make those exact phrases and those exact words.
Did you miss me? Did you miss me?
If anything else happens, I win. What a safe bet.
No, look, Trump, in the off chance you see this video, pull a solid for me, buddy. Anyways, continuing on. The whole issue was, again, the Democrats and their inability right now to capitalize on the fact that they defeated Trump. They're leading a pathway for the GOP to take the majority in the House and Senate. They're leading a pathway for the Biden-Harris administration to, if they choose to run again in 2024, what legs do they have to stand on?
Hey guys, we failed again at the same thing in the same way again. Look at us. We're the Democrats. Vote for us. We'll help you.
Yeah.
Except that we won't. 2 presidents in a row that we've controlled the House and the Senate, and we've given you nothing.
Yeah.
We're the Democrats.
So what is my solution? I think we all know what it is. Support and help build third parties. Support ballot initiatives and vote down ballot
and
too.
Build local power. Mm-hmm. Be the people that your local politicians need to come to and be afraid of.
Exactly. And so Biden, Harris, they ran on this wave of how they're going to bring things better. Make things better. Build things better.
I like bring things better. It's more in keeping with how Joe Biden talks.
But nothing has fundamentally changed. And when nothing fundamentally changes, what does that tell to your voting base? And, of course, I actually covered this on yesterday's show where Barack Obama was basically voter shaming people don't be lazy. You got to turn out to vote. We don't want 2016 to repeat itself.
If someone should have raised their hand, hey, because of you, I can't actually afford health insurance, so I just can't get to the polls as easily. You want to pay my health care bills, so I vote for you?
Or either that, again, too, with Barack Obama getting rid of habeas corpus, telling NBA players not to strike. Again, building the cages.
He's like, I want to watch basketball.
No. Stop.
Go for it.
Dan, look, let me be clear. I want to watch the NBA play the basketball game, and I don't want to go on strike. I told him, you got to vote not to go on strike, so I can watch the NBA game. And Biden and Harris, that's a sinking ship. Obama out. There you go. Who says you don't get entertained here at Hard Lens Media?